This is probably the last video I'll make tonight. Well, most likely it is the last video, but I will explain some things that I missed and left out. Sorry about that. I got caught up with some other crap. But going back to ergative pronouns, we have the pre and the post, fixes or prepositions, postpositions, right? So anyway, the pre is here. And remember from the previous video there was the singular forms of the ergative pronouns, right? Ako, imo, iya, and the plural forms ato, amo, inyo, and ila. So with ergativity again, remember how ergativity was that the subject of a verb can sometimes act as an object in the sentence, right? So here, I guess you can really see how the subject can sometimes act as an object of a sentence. So with ako, for example, it's gonna change, right? We have changes that occur, and with this one, it's gonna have, you just have to know the endings for this one. Sometimes it's I think it's relatively easy to know the endings with ako. You just tack on the a, the a, so it's just an extra vowel a, ako a, right? Imo and iya both share the same ending. It's ha, so imo ha, iya ha, right? This changes to kind of like in an ergative way, like possessive. Ako a is like kind of like mine. Imo ha is yours. Iya ha is his, hers, or its. That third person singular. Remember, we're just talking singular here. Then moving down to the plural forms, we have what? Ato, amo, inyo, inila. You add again the endings that need it to be. So we get atoa, which is ours, right? Amoa, which is ours. But atoa is the inclusive. We got the inclusive, exclusive. Amoa, exclusive. And then inyoha is the you plural, the y'alls is, or the yours, the you plural one. And then the ilaha, well, let's kind of see with that glare right there, but ilaha is the theirs, ilaha, right? And this is again talking about the preposition. So when you're gonna have this pronoun following a noun or something like that, it's gonna be the preforms. And if you're gonna use the preforms, you have to modify this pronoun into the corresponding endings that I add with it, right? Yeah. So don't forget, two vowels like this, even though it's written Cebuano as two vowels, it's not a diphthong. Okay, you pronounce it. There's a glottal stop in between. So between the two vowels, that's o a, right? Ako a. That's two vowels. So I guess an example in English that you could use is there's a word that you say that's called uh-oh. That between the and the o, there's a glottal stop. That's called a glottal stop, which is also a consonant in this language. So for you English speakers, one way to kind of try it out is the uh-oh kind of thing. Ako a, right? Uh-oh. Boom. You just stop where you are. Even though there's two vowels next together, you always pronounce each vowel separately. Anyway, moving down, I just gave some examples here, right? This one's gonna be some. Oh, I need to have some explaining on this one too. It's kind of difficult, but our example is the first one is ang regalo para sa ilaha, right? Ang regalo para sa ilaha. So even though these ergative pronouns, the akoa, imoha, iyaha, all of that are in the pre-form, they are usually followed with this preposition sa, which is probably the only preposition that exists in Cebuano. I could be wrong, but that's a common one. Always usually a common one. And you will most commonly see, generally see, right? There's always exceptions, so you will usually see the sa pronoun followed, going before whatever prepositioned ergative pronoun this is, right? So sa ilaha, sa akoa, sa amoha, sa inyoha, all that kind of stuff. And also there's this also borrowed, I guess, from the Spanish, para meaning for, or in order to, or for. This para is also optional, but you will usually see this also with the sa. So para sa akoa, para sa imoha, for you, for me, for, you know, in this case, para sa ilaha, for them. Or you can just say sa ilaha, right? But again, para sa ilaha is more kind of a more correct formal way. If people want to shorten things, they'll just delete that and optionally and just say sa ilaha. But in this case, the sentence is ang regalo para sa ilaha, which means the present is for them or the gift is for them, right? Um, that's just one way of expressing it, and you can see how for them this ilaha is that object, like what I said. Remember, the subject of a verb can sometimes act as an object, so this is a case where there's like, oh, it's an object of a verb, right? Para sa ilaha, it's for them. Sa ilaha ang regalo. This is just another way you can inverse or revert the whole first sentence too. So instead of having this subject right here, ang regalo, we're talking about that, the present. You can put the present in, invert it in the end of the sentence as well, as long as that's sa ilaha. Remember what I said again, that sa follows that ergative pronoun, ilaha, right? Sa ilaha, to them, is the present, right? Sa ilaha ang regalo. And for just some clarification, that to be verb doesn't exist in Cebuano. So again, when I said in a previous video or a long time ago, don't translate words for word for what it is. Just get the feel of it, because that to be verb doesn't exist. So we have no to be verb. It's just this equals that, right? So sa ilaha ang regalo. Boom. And finally, I'm just gonna incorporate this last sentence with that nga ligature again in what I mentioned. So we have ang ilaha nga regalo. So we can also have that nga ligature, right? And remember what that nga ligature does? It links the noun to whatever it's being modified to. And in this case, it's this pronoun, this ergative pronoun. So ilaha nga regalo, right? You can also shorten this because remember, ilaha ends in a vowel, so we can just change the nga to the ng ending. Ilahang regalo, right? Ang ilahang regalo means their present, right? That's their present, ang ilahang regalo. But here on the end, or I guess I should explain this part too. So going to the post side, there's some this is something I also left out for the post side. So even though there's not much modification needed on using the post position versus using the preposition, the post position ergative pronouns also share commonality with the absolutive case pronouns, which is they can be shortened as well. So nako can be shortened to ko, nimo can be shortened to mo, niya cannot be shortened, right? Nato can be shortened to to, and namo can be shortened to mo, while niño and nila cannot be shortened. So that's something to keep in mind. However, as I said, back in with the absolutive or subjective case, whatever you want to call it, you can't start a sentence with these shortened forms. It just doesn't make sense grammatically. So if you listen to someone using these post positions, it might behoove you to know both the shortened and the full forms, like nako and ko, nimo and mo, right? This also gets confusing too, because nimo, mo, boom, right? So just kind of get a feel for it, what the topic is about, and or context clues. And lastly, I have some examples here written for you, right? There are 4 sentences written down, right? All of them mean the same thing. All of them mean the same thing. It's just a matter of usage of the prepositions and the postposition ergative pronouns. I just kind of incorporated everything finally down here, all right? And they all mean your books. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They all mean my books, right? So first one is ang mga libro nako. We're talking about my books. So obviously, ang marks the subject of this whole sentence, right? Ang mga libro nako, which means my books. Second sentence, ang akong mga libro. It's still the same thing. It's just, again, pre and post positions. They're just changed. That nako was a post, but now I changed it in the second sentence to a pre. And because I'm changing that form to pre, I have to change the ergative pronoun and change it up. So ako becomes akong, with the nga ligature again, connecting the ergative pronoun to the noun. Third sentence is ang ako ang mga libro. So my books. Ang ako ang mga libro. So that again, ako with the ng ending ligature, and then the last one is ang mga libro ko, which means my books again. Ang mga libro ko is the same thing as ang mga libro nako, shortened form. See? Shortened form. And then, yeah. Ang akong mga libro, ang akong mga libro, they're all the same. They all mean the same thing. They're just different ways to express my books. It just depends on what you want to use, which post or prefix, preposition, and how you're going to change it too. So yeah, this is something that it's kind of difficult to grasp at first, but with practice and in time and some understanding, you'll get the hang of it. You can also talk to native speakers. They'll tell you if you don't understand. They can give you sentences, stuff like that. But again, if you have any questions, comments, don't forget to put it down, and I'll try my best to explain. All right, good night.